Welcome to the very first Ken Cooks episode, Cajun red beans and rice. There's probably more variations on this recipe than just about any other, but one thing almost everyone can agree on, it all starts with the trinity in Cajun and Creole cooking: onions, celery, and bell pepper. And don't forget green onions, chopped up, tops and bottoms separated. You'll see why later. And of course garlic, about 4 cloves, 2 tablespoons of flour, and 8 ounces of tomato paste. You could also use diced tomatoes or tomato sauce or a combination. You own it, so whatever you like. And then of course red beans. This is 1 16-ounce can of red kidney beans. You could also use pintos or black beans, but after all, this is red beans and rice, right? Also, don't drain the liquid. It really adds to the texture of this dish. Then we have the spices: Tabasco, black pepper, thyme, oregano, chicken broth, and salt. I think dried spices work much better than fresh for this dish. You could also use other types of broth if you like, beef, even vegetable, but I think chicken works best. Also tucked away in the fridge is 1 pound of smoked sausage. You'll meet him a little bit later. Okay, so I've heated some vegetable oil over medium-high heat, and we'll start by adding the onions. It's really important to get the onions going real good before everything else, so give it a good stir. Got to get that big hunk out of there. Let's take him out. See ya. All right, now we'll add the celery. And again, just keep giving it a good stir. We want to bring it all together. And then finally, the bell peppers. I prefer green, but you could use red, orange, yellow, or a combination of any sweet bell peppers, whatever you like. Also, if you want to earn extra points, you could use good old bacon fat instead of vegetable oil. My grandma would be proud. She kept a big bucket of drippings on the back of her stove, and she used it for just about everything. All right, this has been simmering for about 3 minutes. We're going to reduce the heat just a little bit. And then we're going to add the garlic. Put it in now because we really don't want it to overcook at this point. Now that that's incorporated, we're going to come back and add some green onion. And these are the bottoms, the white part. And you can add some of the tops at this point as well. Just be sure to save a little bit of the green tops for garnish a little bit later on. And again, keep that on a low heat. And we don't want to cover it at this point. Okay, everything has been simmering on medium-low for about 10 minutes. Everything's softened up nicely and come together. Boy, it smells awesome. At this point, we want to come in and begin to sprinkle a little flour. Oh, man. Okay. It's my first episode, so I can be forgiven, but my camera stopped. So let me catch you up on the next steps that we missed. Continue sprinkling the flour, about 2 tablespoons, over the veggies until it's all incorporated really well and cooks off about 2 to 3 minutes. Then add half the tomato paste and mix in about 2 tablespoons each of pepper, thyme, oregano, and Tabasco. Then add about 2 cups of the chicken broth. And 1 pound of smoked sausage cut into 1-inch pieces. And now that brings us to this point. Everything has been simmering here on medium to low heat for about 5 minutes. And we want to add a little bit more of our tomato paste and incorporate that in real well. And again, you could use chopped tomatoes or whatever you like. I prefer the tomato paste for this dish. You can put in a few more splashes of Tabasco. And then a few more dashes of the chicken broth as well. Just stir everything together and it's nice and incorporated. Let's do a little bit more thyme, oregano, just a splash of black pepper, and again a dash or 2 more of Tabasco. Do it to your taste. I don't like this really hot, but if you do, go for it. Put the whole bottle in if you like. Remember, you own it, so do it your way. At this point, you want to reduce the heat down to low. And then for the very first time, we're going to cover this here in a second, and we're going to let it simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour. Again, over very low heat at this point. Okay, through the magic of video, it's been almost an hour. I want to check it and give it a good stir. And at this point, check for seasonings. This is the time to adjust salt if it needs it. And I haven't even added salt at this point because of the chicken broth and the sausage. It should be just fine. But again, this is the time to adjust. And then we'll spoon this over a bowl of hot steamed rice. And there you go, my version of Cajun red beans and rice. Thanks for watching, and enjoy.